Okay, if we get everyone to grab their seats, please. We need to get started soon. Please. Thank you. Yeah, I think so. Can you just go and see if there's lots of people, tell them to come in so we can get started? All right, if I could get everyone to have a seat, please. We're going to get started. Hello, hello, hello. There we go. Thank you. All right, if I could get everyone's attention, please, because now we are going to get started. Hello, hello, hello. Don't make me yell. I'm almost out of voice already. Otherwise, I'll get my colleague Mark up here, and he is very loud. All right. So if everybody could have a seat, please, because we're going to bring up our elder. So Leonard Ojic will be coming up again, saving my day again, once again. So if we could give a round of applause, please, for Leonard Ojic. He's from the Kitigan Zibi. He's going to give the welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Bonjour à tout le monde. Bienvenue à la Gala de Naka. Écoute, ça fait plaisir d'être ici parmi vous. Welcome to the Gala. I'm proud to be part of the Gala. I'm proud to be part of Naka. Brothers and sisters, honorable members of government, elders, band council members, entrepreneurs, we all have to work together. We all have to roll up our sleeves in these days to make sure that our future of our grandchildren and their grandchildren are taken care of. So with that said, we have a busy night tonight. It's going to be long. I won't take up too much of your time, but please, let's find a way to develop solutions together. With everything that's ongoing, solutions that are developed when working together always end up better. Let's not try to do it on our own. Maybe the message is for the government and the government message is for ourselves. Let's find ways to sit down together and develop these solutions. Thank you very much.
Miigwech, Leonard. We'd like to call up the Honourable Mary Ng, please. The Honourable Mary Ng was first elected as Member of Parliament for Markham Thornhill in 2017. She has previously served as the Minister of Small Business, Export Promotion and International Trade. She is the Minister of International Trade, Export Promotion, Small Business and Economic Development. A round of applause for Minister Ng.
Hello, everyone. It is really, really wonderful to see everyone. And I remember the last time I was in this room, it was just as dynamic as it is tonight. And I don't know about all of you, but to be able to walk in the door, and even before walking in the door, seeing the smiling and familiar faces, and just being able to give someone a hug was just an extraordinary feeling. So it really is wonderful to be here, and thank you so much again for having me. And thank you, Leonard, for that wonderful, opening of the opening that you have provided about collaborating and working together. I think that that is a message that is that I certainly hear, and you certainly can take it from me that that spirit of collaboration and partnership is the one that is just so important for us at the government, and for me and for all of my colleagues. I also want to pay a special thank you to all of the terrific entrepreneurs who are here tonight as part of this NACA event. I hear lots of stories, and I know that there's going to be some incredible recognition of all of you. So let's just start with a great round of applause for the terrific entrepreneurs. Now, let me begin by acknowledging that I am on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, the Mohawk, and the Algonquin peoples. And for those of us who are settlers or even immigrants to Canada, it's important to recognize that Indigenous peoples were the keepers of this land before first contact. And our commitment to reconciliation individually and collectively is the yardstick by which we should measure the health and well-being of our society. I'm glad to see so many of you today, and I know that many are also joining online and coming together to grow our businesses, to grow particularly the dynamic Indigenous businesses in the country. And I'm so thrilled that NACA, or, I have it all spelled out here, so it's always important for me to, to say it, because I always chastise people for using acronyms, but the National Aboriginal Capital Corporation Association, it's really terrific that NACA is coming together and to bring everyone together again after the difficulty of the last couple of years in an effort to keep supporting the incredible businesses and entrepreneurs who are here and those who also aren't here. And I want to thank NACA for their incredible partnership with the Government of Canada and the terrific work that we have been able to do together, and the terrific work that we will continue to do into the future. I think this year's theme of reconnecting, investing in the return to Indigenous prosperity is so appropriate, because we're all reconnecting after a couple of years in person, as friends, as neighbors, as communities, and indeed throughout the country from coast to coast to coast, but as the International Trade Minister to the rest of the global world, where we are seeing incredible businesses start up in Canada, scale up in Canada, and to access those new markets. And we can't thank NACA enough for the work that we're able to do together, so that we can, in fact, continue on this journey of Indigenous business growth. The last couple of years have been difficult, and as the small business minister, I'm keenly aware of the impact that COVID-19 has made on small businesses, on Indigenous small businesses in particular. And I want to thank you for your resilience. It has truly been inspirational. Our government has supported businesses throughout the pandemic with relief measures and strategic initiatives to support Indigenous small businesses. And now, as the theme says, the return to prosperity, know that we will continue to walk and collaborate on this journey together. Because making sure that long-term resilience of Indigenous economies is truly a priority. And we understand that advancing reconciliation also requires the commitment to Indigenous economic self-determination. And NACA, as I said, has been a great partner, helping us to direct investments to where they can do the most good and make the most impact. And our relationship continues to grow. The Government of Canada invested $50 million in NACA's Indigenous Growth Fund, helping Indigenous small businesses access the much needed capital to start their business, but to also grow their business. This is a direct example of our commitment to the growth and the ability to overcome that issue of getting access to capital, particularly for entrepreneurs and the smallest of businesses. We're also providing NACA with $22 million to support another really favorite topic of mine, Indigenous women entrepreneurs. A big round of applause for the women entrepreneurs. It's really inspiring to see example after example, award after award, not only by Indigenous businesses, but the Indigenous women entrepreneurs who are really leading the way and charting that growth in your communities. We also are working with NACA around our efforts to make sure that we are distributing interest-free COVID-related loans and non-repayable contributions. And here I want to say that in Budget 2022, that the Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister announced very recently that we propose to forgive up to 50% of those loans so that we can set up those businesses to bounce back for the long term. Supporting businesses with the capital that is needed is only one part of the equation. There's more than just supports for businesses. There is Indigenous housing across the country that needs investment, to which we have provided $4.3 billion. There are shovel-ready infrastructure projects in Indigenous communities, $200 million worth that is needed in investing, where skills training delivered by Indigenous-led organizations and other Indigenous economic development projects will help the North. We're investing millions into the health and well-being of survivors of missing and murdered Indigenous women. And in Budget 2022, there's another $20 million for the new, this is very exciting, new Indigenous Tourism Fund to help Indigenous tourism recover from the pandemic, and $4.8 million to the Indigenous Tourism Association of Canada that will support its operations. I was saying to folks here as we were looking at the picture that is not me, but the one that was here before and the one that will show up afterwards, that those beautiful northern lights are just truly spectacular. When I think about some element of the Indigenous tourism, I know how dynamic it's going to be to invite not only Canadians, but those around the world to really take advantage of that burgeoning sector that is the tourism sector. So this is very exciting. And in addition to the investments, and I know that that's a lot of numbers, but I think those numbers really are about the transformational change that is taking place. And whether it is the economic investments, and housing, and supporting women in the community. It is also making sure that we continue to do the work to end the boil water advisories, protecting Indigenous languages, advancing reconciliation by seeking justice for survivors of residential school and for those that are affected. And as we get on that road to recovery from this pandemic, know that the Government of Canada is committed to building a strong and a diverse economy alongside and in collaboration with Canada's Indigenous peoples. And this very much includes Indigenous small businesses, because every investment that we make together is just so aspiring and inspiring on that growth for economic recovery. And I can't think of better partners than NACA, and let's continue to do this work together to make sure that we are starting up those businesses, scaling up those businesses, and in that scale up, you're growing into the international markets that Canada's free trade agreements will allow for. And we say, when Indigenous businesses succeed, we all succeed as Canada. So merci beaucoup. Thank you so very much for giving me some time tonight. And I'm looking forward to the journey of so many entrepreneurs who I know will continue on this journey of success here in Canada and beyond. Merci beaucoup.
Shannon, take your mask off for a picture. Okay. Okay, so thank you very much, Minister Ng, for agreeing to join us once again. She was here last year and maybe even the first year. She's a popular one. We like her. Okay, so we do have a fairly busy evening. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. I don't want to scare you off. So they're going to start serving the food very soon. It looks like they're actually starting right now. What timing? This is perfect. So they're going to serve, it's a 4-course meal. So that's going to take a while. I don't know how many we ended up with. This seats 300 people. So there's a few empty seats, but not many. This is, I'm very happy to see this. This is awesome. And if you had seen us organizing this in the last couple of weeks, we're like, we didn't know if we were going to have 100, 200, and here we are. I think we're close to 300, so this is awesome. Yeah, thank you. Okay, and then I spoke about this during the forum. Some of you perhaps weren't there during the forum. We can't do this without the sponsors, right? So I'm gonna talk about them all. Platinum sponsor, FCC, Farm Credit Canada. We have Mr. Hoffort over there. We've got a few other FCC folks over there. Thank you very, very much. And then we had a gold sponsor, Fern Software. Eamon, my good friend Eamon, all the way from Ireland. Okay, and then a couple of colleagues, Meridian Credit Union, they are here as well. Thank you. The silver sponsor, also a silver sponsor. We have a couple of people from Futurepreneur Canada, so thank you. Okay, and then as I mentioned before, these are all bronze sponsors, delegate kits, so they're the ones that sponsored the actual bags that everybody got. So that was Canada Post. I don't think we have anybody from Canada Post here, unfortunately. The health breaks and lunch breaks, those were sponsored by First Nations Bank. I know we have some of them, I'm not sure where they are, but let's have a round. Thank you, First Nations Bank. Okay, and now I'm going to name the 5 sponsors of the awards. And if we can clap after, that'd be awesome. So we have BDC. We have a few people here from BDC. That's all. Let's clap. Go clap after each one. We have EDC, Export Development Canada. I know Todd is here, I believe. Awesome. Fern Software, once again, they sponsored 2 awards. Affordance, I believe the guy had to leave. I'm not sure if he's still here. Affordance Studios sponsor, and DMZ. There you are, awesome. And then last but not least, they actually sponsored the gala. Okay, so they're sponsoring tonight. They're helping us cover the cost of the food and those free drinks you got. First Nations Financial Management Board. Awesome. So that's all our sponsors. As I said, could not have done this without them. The next ones I want to thank is my NACA colleagues. Because trust me, guys, this is a lot of work to put this together. And honestly, we're sitting there scrambling at the last second, and we hope that you guys don't see that stuff. Everything just rolls and goes the way it's supposed to go. So hopefully we fooled you enough and you think, hey, well done, guys. But honestly, yay, NACA staff. Okay, and then I also want to mention we hired event coordinators to help us with this. We don't have enough staff at NACA to even do the work that Shannon gives us. There's just not. But we have Matsamat, and I hope I pronounced that properly. Samantha and Amy Lynn. I'm not sure where you ended up sitting. They might be outside, probably still working. So a round of applause for Matsamat. Okay, so basically we'll have some food. Then we have an entertainer. She's going to come up. Inuk singer Deantha Edmunds. We'll introduce her properly when she gets here. She's not here right now. Then, I don't know, there'll be meals before and after potentially. We'll see how timing works. And then around 8:30, we have Isabelle Hudon. I believe she is here. Is she here yet? There she is. So Isabelle, you don't have to get up yet, pas encore. C'est pas ton tour, mais vers 8h30, so around 8:30, Isabelle Hudon, who's the CEO of BDC. All right? And then after that, you thought we were done. No, 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 no. I wish we would be done, because then after that, we have awards, okay? So we have award winners, entrepreneurs. They're actually all sitting right here at this table in front. So if we can give a round of applause, we're going to introduce them later. Okay, so these are Indigenous Awards, Indigenous Business Awards for Excellence, I think. Anyways, we'll get that right later. And then we're more or less done. We can relax. I can relax. I might have a beer then. I'm trying not to have a beer yet, but exactly. And then after that, I've got, I'm just going to say my friend Ron, he didn't want to be acknowledged or anything. He doesn't want to even know who he's doing it, but Ron is going to play some music. He's been working on a Spotify list for some music to play afterwards. No big band like the last time. For those that were here in 2020, we had a great big, really awesome band, but we had to cut back on expenses because we didn't know we were going to get close to 300. We thought we might be at 150, so we had to cut back on some. But I think it's still going to be an awesome evening, a full evening. We hope you enjoy yourselves. If you did not get a blue ticket yet, that means you didn't stop at registration. Even though you have your card, you can go to the registration desk, get a blue ticket. That gives you one free drink. If you don't drink, feel free to come and give it to me, because by the time we're gone, I will have a few beers. All right? So thank you very much. Enjoy your dinner. Have a great evening. If you have any questions, come and see me. I'll see if I can help you out. Merci beaucoup. Bonne soirée. Thank you. Miigwech. All right.
Together.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right. We're going to get started. I gave you a break. You guys had a chance to eat. Now I would ask everyone to have a seat, please. We had to wait till they had picked up all the plates so that there would be no noise for our next guest. And I'm going to leave it to my lovely co-host, Sunshine Tanaska. How about a hand for Sunshine? Please, and thank you.
I'm gonna do like one of these. I don't know how to do them, but
Over to you.
thank you. Thank you very much. Our entertainment tonight is Deantha Edmunds, who is right here to our right. She's Canada's first Inuk classical singer, a multi-nominated and award-winning performer. Deantha is much in demand nationally and internationally as a singer, actor, and collaborator in both Indigenous and non-Indigenous projects. An urban Inuk creator and mentor, Edmunds aims to empower Indigenous people and share their voices. And she has been recently nominated for a Juno, so welcome to the stage. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Nakumik. I'm so happy to be here this evening. And I'm going to start things off by singing an evening prayer, which you can hear on my first album, Piluriput Inuit Inuktitut Arias for All Seasons. This is Saimatikut Yisusi, and I thought it would be a really lovely way to get things started off here. Thank you. Thank you, Nakumik. The next song I'm going to sing for you is called Legacy, and it's one that I wrote a couple of years ago, which is going to be on my upcoming album, that's called Connections. I'm actually recording it next week, and the album should be out mid-June or something. So this song is called Legacy, and I wrote it to honor and uplift the voices of missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and Two-Spirit people. And as you know, tomorrow, of course, marks the National Day of Awareness of Missing and Murdered Indigenous women, girls, and Two-Spirit people. So I take the opportunity to, while we're all gathered here together, to send out all that love to the missing and murdered angels and let them know that they're never forgotten. This is Legacy. No matter how long, how near, how far, led by Sister Sun or the North Star, you will be found with Sing You Home, your beautiful spirit not left to roam. Sister, I feel you walking with me. I hear your voice on the breeze, and I know that you will always be more than a memory, alive like the wind flying free. You left us a legacy. Hold on to your history. Write a new plot, dance, drum. Do not forget, it's never too late to rise and resonate. Nuka kipinya vagit bisukati vagit, tu savagit anugime, hauima vangulutamat ihamananginanya hagit, anugututiniu. We stand with you, we speak for you, we hold you high, it's not goodbye. Sister, I feel you walking with me. I hear your voice on the breeze, and I know that you will always be more than a memory, alive like the wind flying free. I feel you walking with me. I hear your voice on the breeze, and I know that you will always be more than a memory, alive like the wind flying free. Thank you. And finally, I'm going to sing one of my favorite songs. It's very close to my heart, very special to me, and it is the anthem of Nunatsiavut. To be a part of this great land should be the pride of any man. To know that we were born on these great shores. So listen while I tell, and it makes my old heart swell. I'm proud to be a son of Labrador. Hakaswangit putuyuti mapiup sanyani. Nanuit puilu inigiangini. Kupswangit kuplapun nunat swami. Tutuit amaruit tiganya lununangini. To sanigit lataka nilid niliamata takulutalu Atlantic City ami ihaluni alutalu ukalini alutalu atikangi la Labradori silak suami. Its rugged mountains rise above the ocean, where polar bears and seals are to be found. Its sparkling rivers flow through mountain valleys, where the caribou and wolf and fox abound. I'm proud to be a son of Labrador. Nakumi, thank you. It really has been an honor to perform here for you tonight. Thank you so much. Nakumi. Nakumi, thank you.
Okay, that was amazing. I'm honestly a little bit choked up. That second song got to me. In my old age, I'm a little bit more sentimental and all those things. But I do mean that, Deantha, that was well done. That was amazing. Honestly, I'm not an opera fan. No offense, Deantha, right? I'm not an opera fan. On my playlist, I don't have opera, but I might have to add Deantha. I think I really will. I do mean that, Deantha, honestly. My wife is going to be like, oh, what's he playing now on Friday night? Right? Friday night, I go downstairs, I listen to my music, I have a few beers after the end of the week, and she leaves me alone down in my basement, and she stays upstairs. I gave her my Bose noise-canceling headphones. She puts that on, she can't hear barely anything. It's awesome. Anyways, okay, so how are we doing on time? T'es prête? Si je te... Oui, je peux t'introduire tout de suite. Attends une seconde. J'ai-tu mes notes? Bear with me, folks. Still winging it, still winging it. Hey, see that? That's why I have a co-host, right? Saves my butt. All right. So our next speaker, Isabelle Hudon. She is the president and CEO of BDC, Business Development Bank of Canada. I think you just go by BDC nowadays, but that's the bank for Canadian entrepreneurs. She was just appointed a little bit less than a year ago in August 2021. Ms. Hudon brings a deep business background and a clear vision for an inclusive economy to support growth for Canadian entrepreneurs. She's a champion of diversity, gender equality, and the green economy, leading BDC's 2,500-person team. Wow. I wish I had a few of those on our team. That would be awesome. But anyways, so I would like to ask you to welcome Isabelle Hudon to the stage, please. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, merci beaucoup. Bonsoir, bonsoir à tous et merci beaucoup, André, de ces généreux mots d'introduction. It's really an honor for me to be here with you today, and I have to say it's my first in-person event since I was appointed back in August. And you probably all know Allison, my colleague at BDC, and even if we've been talking, yeah. It's the first time I meet her in person. So I've touched her and I said, well, she's real. So it's a real pleasure for me to be here. First of all, I want to thank Elder Leonard Hodczyk for your opening words of wisdom. And also, I want to recognize that we all are all here on the unceded Algonquin territory. Prendre la parole à l'occasion d'une remise de prix est toujours un exercice délicat. Après tout, la question qui nous intéresse le plus, c'est évidemment de savoir qui seront les grands gagnants et les grandes gagnantes ce soir. So while I know that you're all eager to hear the names of the people and businesses who will be recognized, allow me first to say a few words on how grateful we are at BDC to be with you this evening. Celebrating entrepreneurial excellence is always exciting, but acknowledging the importance of our collaboration is also something worth our time, especially as it might lead to even more opportunities to celebrate successful Indigenous businesses in the future. For all of us at BDC, NACA and Shannon are more than just solid, trusted, or just-in-time Shannon. I was just to say that your team and yourself are more than just solid, trusted partners. We consider you friends. And I don't use these words lightly. Quite the contrary. It is in front of real friends that one feels comfortable to be humble and open to learn. And so am I tonight. A year ago, the Indigenous Growth Fund was officially launched with $150 million dedicated to you, to your businesses, to Indigenous businesses. This was the result of precious and extensive collaboration between NACA, all the AFI, here in the room, and BDC. This fund is a major addition to the broader ecosystem we can build together to support more and more entrepreneurs and have more and more successes to celebrate. Recently, NACA completed the fund's first investment worth $10 million with bear with me here and correct me, and I do this in French and English and in your own language, but Nushanut, am I pronouncing right? Nushanut, Economic Development Corporation, which will help provide financing to Indigenous small and medium-sized businesses on the Vancouver Island. We are so thrilled to see the work of our partners come to life. Yet, while I want to congratulate everyone involved in this achievement, I must also acknowledge some of the challenges that we faced in setting up the fund. The journey to get there was long and probably too long for many of you, and more complex than we've anticipated at BDC. There were many things that at BDC we had learned in the process. It has been humbling for us at BDC to realize that we were so unaware of how much untapped potential there is in the Indigenous entrepreneurial community. How much innovation, resilience, and ambition are packed in these business ventures. So many excellent Indigenous businesses fly under the radar, flew under our own radar. So putting together the fund was an eye-opening experience for us, to say the least. But in the end, it was also a very rewarding one. These past 2 years took us through a lot of pain and difficult moments. But they also put in front of us an historic opportunity. The opportunity to rebuild a more inclusive and more sustainable economy. The opportunity to reimagine how we move forward. The opportunity for reconciliation. We have a long road ahead for us to heal and reconcile. So often words that start with re, imply some notion of repetition, as in redo, return, repeat. But I'm convinced that in choosing the theme for this year's forum, reconnecting, investing in the return of Indigenous prosperity, the last thing you wanted to imply was a need to go back to how we did things in the past. That's why I'd like to suggest that words starting in re, can also be about something else. They are the expression of possibility and potential, of countless opportunities to do better. As in restart, renew, and realize everything we aspire to. I'm sure that this is an outlook that we all share, a genuine desire to do better, a sincere belief that it is possible. Let me stress that everyone on the team at BDC feels this way. And to use another word that starts with re, we see it at BDC to our core responsibilities. As a development bank, our role can go beyond strictly supporting entrepreneurs grow businesses. I'm deeply convinced that we have a responsibility and the opportunity to make our country better by supporting businesses becoming more inclusive and diverse, by helping them take concrete steps to reduce their carbon footprint and become more sustainable, and by acting as a catalyst for Canadian productivity, supporting the emergence of champions that will enhance our global competitiveness. As a development bank, we can think differently. And I'm so grateful to NACA and Indigenous entrepreneurs across Canada for helping us think differently. So before we move on to the real stars of the evening, thank you again for the invitation to be with you tonight. Thank you for friendship and your generosity as we continue our learning journey. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Ms. Hudon, for everything that your organization contributes to NACA, for joining us here tonight. We're very excited about this award ceremony. And so if you can just come and we thank BDC for sponsoring this next award for the Indigenous Women Entrepreneur 2022.
Here I am. I'm back. Thank you, Sunshine. It is my great honor to present the winner of the Indigenous Woman Business Entrepreneur Award of Excellence. Évidemment, il s'agit d'un prix que je suis personnellement ravie de remettre ce soir. L'entrepreneuriat féminin est une cause qui me tient tout particulièrement à cœur, et cela depuis longtemps. Indigenous women entrepreneurs are among the fastest growing entrepreneurial segments in Canada. They have so much to contribute. We have so much to learn from them. So choosing the best Indigenous woman entrepreneur was not an easy task this year. It has always been my belief that women need to be bold and always aim high in their career and business endeavors. I'm pleased to see that NACA took a similar approach and recognized not one, but two fantastic Indigenous women entrepreneurs as co-winners. The first co-winner is Jennifer Dubois, owner and operator of Miss Mio's Fin Salon Spa in Saskatoon.
We are a salon and spa located in Regina, Saskatchewan. Our business focuses heavily.
Do we introduce the other co-winner? Am I gonna sing?
Bringing those traditional ties into doing hair.
Oh, hey!
And here we are 5 years later. It's been amazing. We overcame the challenges with just the amount of support that we receive from the community. There's no other salon or spa in this area that do what we do. And it's not that we do different services from other salons and spas, but it's the culture, the feeling that you get when you come into the space, how you're treated with the staff, and it creates a whole experience that is different than any other. Having the programs that they have for entrepreneurs, NACA is helped so many small businesses be successful, including myself. Something like even just the awards that they give out annually, it's the recognition that really helps, because it's putting you on a national platform and giving you more exposure than you would be able to achieve in whichever province or community you live in. And it gives you that motivation, that drive to continue to succeed and to want to do more, want to give back to the community more, because that's what they're doing. I'm receiving the Indigenous Women Entrepreneur Award of Excellence. We were actually nominated by the Saskatchewan Indian Equity Foundation I was very honored that they informed me that they were going to nominate us, and yeah, that's how it started. And I supplied them with information that they needed for the application, and I was super excited to hear that we won the award. Yes, I'd like to thank so many people. First and foremost, I'd like to thank NACA for having such an award, and I'd like to congratulate the co-winner as well. Very honored to share this award with you. And my family, my also SEEF, so Saskatchewan Indian Equity Foundation, for nominating me. Everybody who supported us, our clients and my staff who are there every day, Bob Casius from the First Nations University for also writing an awesome reference letter for us. Just thank you for everybody for believing in us and supporting our business, and we're so completely grateful and honored to receive the award.
You'll be on stage with me until we announce your co-winner. Okay. The second co-winner is Kathy Isaac, owner of Beer Pot Gifts and Beer Pot Cleaning Services from Whitehorse, Yukon.
My name is Kathy Isaac, owner of Bear Park Gifts in Whitehorse, Yukon. For people that don't know much about my businesses, I own a cleaning janitorial service and 2 retail stores. We opened in 2007. We sell a lot of craft supplies, a lot of our local artisans use to create their crafts. We have a large gift-giving section and purchase product from local artisans and First Nation artisans across Canada. We started at a flea market, and we were just sitting there thinking what was missing that wasn't available. I didn't know what to do, how to start a business, and where do I go seek help. So then I'd learned about Deantha Ventures and signed up for their business planning program. Not having the computer skills is something that I found the most difficult. There is another crafting store. There is a couple of people that I feel are direct competition, but together we fill the needs of the community. I've completed the business course with them, and then the extra Excel and extra bookkeeping programs that I was able to take. Being able to receive the microloans through Deantha Ventures was a big help. Find your passion, like whatever you're really passionate about, because you're gonna have to do a lot of hard work. Be persistent and persevere no matter what, because set your mind to it, you can do anything. My grandmother was a very strong inspiration to me. You know, we learned about hard work from a very young age, and that I would attribute to her strength as a woman. She was a medicine woman, a horse woman. She delivered babies, rode horses. I'd like to thank NACA for presenting me with the award of Indigenous Women's Entrepreneur Award of Excellence. I'd like to acknowledge that we're on the Kwanlin Dun First Nations traditional territory, the Tonquatchin Council's traditional territory, which I operate my business. I'd like to thank Deantha Ventures for nominating me for this award. I'd like to acknowledge my dedicated staff. This wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for their hard work. I've had numerous support from my family, friends, and I'd like to thank all the communities here in the Yukon that have supported my store over the years.
want pictures, eh? The three of us.
Yes.
Oh, a check.
Yeah, I'll get a photo with the check. Do you want to take one end maybe? And then Shannon. Mine's dad. Do you want me to? Jenny, you want to hold this? I'm gonna take it home. We can get it on the plane. Congratulations.
All right. Let's hope I do this as smoothly as Isabelle did. And I'm not starting off very well, I can tell. Oh, here we go. Okay, so the next one that we're going to do, the next award is sponsored by Affordance. Oh, and the Affordance rep, unfortunately, he had to leave early, so there won't be a sponsor rep up here. So this one is for jeune entrepreneur autochtone, so Indigenous Youth Award. It's way easy to say in English. The winner, hold on. The winner is Charles Gros-Louis, and his company is called Les Pneus GLC Tires. So we're going to play his video, and then we'll ask Charles to come up.
Décrit comme nous autres, on fait la vente et la pose de pneus neufs usagés. On fait aussi la distribution de ces pneus-là dans les garages, les concessionnaires, la région. On en fait plusieurs fois par jour. Sinon, parce qu'on fait la vente de roues, de mailles, puis c'est ça, on fait l'installation sur les véhicules. On est spécialisé dans les pneus usagés et neufs en liquidation. On a un des plus grands inventaires de pneus usagés de la région de Québec, peut-être même de la province. On se spécialise dans les pneus de qualité, les pneus qui ont presque neufs. On a aussi beaucoup de pneus neufs en liquidation qui sont vraiment en bas du prix là, de toute la compétition. On fait aussi la distribution de pneus neufs et usagés dans les concessionnaires d'auto neuves de la région, dans les garages de mécanique. Puis on fait beaucoup de livraisons chaque jour, là, on fait des livraisons. On a quand même un bon réseau de clients, puis ça se développe là, de mois en mois, on a toujours plus de clients. Puis, mais je vous dirais, ça se situe sur. Mais le plus grand défi se situe surtout au niveau de la gestion du personnel, l'embauche du personnel, trouver du personnel compétent, fiable, efficace. C'est sûr que ça a été l'un des plus grands défis. Et dans le fond, des fois au début, on n'avait pas beaucoup de travail à faire, pas beaucoup d'inventaire, pas beaucoup de tâches à donner aux employés. Donc là, je pouvais pas les garder. Donc là, ces employés-là se trouvaient d'autres emplois. Fait que là, pour pallier à ça, j'ai décidé d'augmenter mon nombre d'inventaires, d'avoir de plus en plus de pneus, plus de pneus à gérer, donc dans le fond, plus de ventes, plus de travail pour les employés. Fait que ça a permis de pouvoir garder des employés plus longtemps. Au lieu d'être seul puis de me limiter à seulement une porte ou un employé, ben j'ai décidé d'aller plus gros, de miser plus gros, puis que ça allait sûrement rapporter plus, là. Puis que j'allais pouvoir avoir plus d'employés, du meilleur personnel. Si j'avais plus de revenus, ben les employés allaient avoir un meilleur revenu aussi. Fait que c'est le prix. J'ai reçu un prix, c'est le jeune entrepreneur autochtone de l'année. Je pense que c'était en bas de 36 ans ou 35 ans. Fait que c'est un prix de 5 000 $ en espèces. Un voyage, dans le fond, le transport puis l'hébergement au lac Lémy, à côté d'Ottawa. Après ça, il y a une statuette du prix. Puis après ça, il y avait l'accès au forum de prospérité autochtone. Qui était assez intéressant, faire du réseautage. Puis il y avait aussi une vidéo qu'on fait là. C'est quand même intéressant comme prix. Puis c'est un bel honneur. Puis je suis bien content de ça. J'ai demandé à un de mes fournisseurs qui me suit depuis plus de 10 ans, un de mes représentants de fournisseurs, qui m'aide vraiment à grandir dans mon entreprise. Il m'a fait une belle lettre de recommandation. Puis c'était vraiment super gentil. J'ai quasiment eu des larmes aux yeux en la lisant. C'était vraiment touchant. Merci au financier, à la SOCA, qui est venu me chercher puis qui m'a poussé vers le haut. Merci aussi aux autres sociétés de financement là, qui m'ont aidé à avoir de l'aide, puis d'avoir cru en moi, puis qui m'ont permis d'avoir ce prestigieux prix là, que je suis quand même très fier là, d'avoir. Et merci beaucoup.
Félicitations. Shannon and Jean. Where'd Jean go? Monsieur Vincent, non, il n'est pas ici. You want to say a few words? You don't have to.
Merci tout le monde d'être là, puis merci pour les bons mots, merci pour votre confiance. C'est gentil. Thanks to everybody. Merci for thanks for confidence.
All right. 3 down. We got 5 awards still to go. So this is going not too bad so far. Let's keep this going. So the next award is for, again, it's an Indigenous entrepreneur, and this one is for COVID-19 Indigenous Business Resiliency Award. And the winner is, oh, this one's sponsored by DMZ, in case you didn't catch that. Thank you, DMZ. There you are. So we'll play the video, and then I'll ask you to come up for the photos. So we can roll the video.
I'm Jake Sinclair, owner of Anytime Fitness Regina. The award I'm receiving is the Business Resiliency Award. Greatest challenges are trying to maintain a safe environment during the pandemic. Our numbers are up 35% at this particular location pre-pandemic. We're doing better and not only surviving, but thriving. I think cleanliness. I think our cleanliness goes a long way. Our cleanliness and making sure that our members feel very safe here. We're not a large gym. We don't have a whole lot of people that are rude and disrespectful. It's very much a community. We're able to positively market ourselves and get that brand exposure out there and let people know that we're here and we're here to stay. A lot of our competitors went bankrupt, and a lot of our competitors didn't survive the pandemic, and where we were able to position ourselves as a clean, safe environment. Our cleanliness was really focused. We really focused on cleanliness during the pandemic, and our members also appreciated that and they participated in that. So other gyms, I believe they're kind of loose a little bit on the cleanliness, and as a result, people weren't comfortable being there, so they came to our gym. We partake in many community events. Each and every month we do a new community initiative, and the community recognizes that. So we raised over $4,000 for ALS Society. We donate a lot of cleaning supplies to women's shelter during shutdown. So, we weren't using it. So we gave it all away. So each and every month we do something new for the community. The financing was a huge motivator for us to begin our journey. It opened up a lot of doors for us that weren't necessarily there before. And just takes a little bit of the pressure off. And it's scary going into business and you have all this debt when you take on all this debt in the beginning. And just to relieve some of that debt from the front end is a little bit more relaxing, and you feel a little bit more secure when you're making that decision. Saskatchewan Indian Equity Foundation was a main contributor. The team there has been wonderful. They were able to, and every time I had any ideas regarding marketing, regarding process, or trying to figure out who I should be talking to within the industry, your accountants, your lawyers, your subject matter experts, they were always there as a resource, and I can't say enough good things about them. They're an excellent resource. First and foremost, I think I got to thank my staff, the team around me that surrounded. They were great throughout the whole process of the pandemic. Second, family and friends support. Saskatchewan Indian Equity Foundation. Without them, I don't know if I would be here. In this moment, I guess they nominated me and they provided that support at the front, and throughout the whole process, they continued support. So I got to thank them again. Supporting your community, I think your community sees that and they'll also support you back. So I think wherever your businesses are, make sure that you support your community. Your community will support you back.
Congratulations to Jake Sinclair. Good job. Get you in the middle, Jake. Whatever. All right, that's four to go. So the next one is Indigenous Business of the Year. The sponsor for this one is Export Development Canada. I'm not sure, EDC, I don't remember. Anyways, if Todd or someone is here, if you can come up for the photos once after the video. So the winner for Indigenous Business of the Year is Walker Home Construction.
My name is Leslie James Walker, and Champagne-Usac citizen from the Wolf Clan. My construction company is Walker Home Construction, and recently we got a business expansion from Dundee Ventures, which helped us to grow a company into a general contractor who offers prefab services, consulting and designing. Residential and commercial construction is pretty simple. We build homes, and with the company that we've created, it is more inclusive of the employees. I look at it like a community, like traditional living, so everybody has value, and I like to cultivate warriors, as I call it. So we have a prefab shop, which is right behind me. We have a framing table and an upcut saw. It just helps with the process. It keeps us out of the elements. It eliminates any kind of issues that we would have on a site. So when I was a young apprentice, I was a single father. Run into these situations where like my daughter would be sick and my bosses would be really upset with me. And it was out of my control, and being a father is a huge value of mine, and I felt like when I was there, I was the best worker, so that when I wasn't there, I just wanted to be appreciated and not judged. So when I became a journeyman, I decided that I would look into starting a company, and that company would meet people where they were at. So if you were a single mother or dad, or if you have something going on in your life, I want to be able to give you the opportunity to do that. Now I might ask you to work a little harder. I might have to say, okay, well, will you take Wednesday off? I need you to work Saturday, but being a single father, I didn't have a lot of money. So I went to my mom and I said, hey mom, I have this opportunity and I need to borrow some money off you. I will say that I was a bit of a troublemaker when I was a kid. So that was a big ask, but my mom took a chance on me and said, yeah, I'll lend you that money. So she lent me the money, and I did that first contract. It was really good. It was the first time I had employees. From there, we just built upon those successes. I paid my mom back right after that first contract. My greatest challenge was dealing with my personal issues from my past. I was raised in group homes and foster homes, realizing that I have value and that the only limitations that are set in my life are the ones that I set for myself. I guess how I overcome those challenges was just being honest with myself and asking for help, creating a support team around me that really provides guidance. Because when I struggled a little bit with addiction when I was younger, and when I put that aside, I knew that I had to pick something else up. So I started to work out, and I used that as a tool to say, okay, well, I'm going to set goals for myself. So it gave me something to work towards. Start with yourself, believe in yourself, look in the mirror, and ask yourself what you want, what's going to make you feel like you are living a life of purpose, and move towards that no matter what anybody tells you to do. I'm applying for some funding through the Northern Access Fund to build a permanent shop, because as you can see, I've got a temporary shop. So I'd like to build a permanent shop on settlement land. A couple reasons for that is because I'm bringing my company back home. Also because our First Nation can redeem the taxes and the GST from my company, which can then transfer directly to programs and service dollars through FTA. So the award that I received this year, that we received this year, was the National Aboriginal Capital Corporations Association Award for 2022. I received this award because Deantha Ventures had nominated us. One of the biggest supporters in my life has been my First Nation. They took care of me when I was in the group home. They helped me through my apprenticeship school. They helped me through counseling. They gave me opportunities as a young business person. They gave me opportunities to expand my business. They're 100% supportive. I've got nothing but love and commitment to my First Nation, and I'm honored to be a member of my First Nation. I'd like to mention a couple of brothers from Carcross, Harold Gattensby and Phil Gattensby, who offered me a lot of guidance even when I was in the group home and foster care system. They kind of guided me back to my culture. They connected me with spirit. I just want to thank my friends, my family, my First Nation, our people. I want to thank all the support from all the organizations, Deantha Ventures, Dakokara, all the partnerships that we've had. I want to thank all of the employees that we have, because without our workers, without the warriors of the company, we wouldn't be able to do this. All the opportunities, Creator, our ancestors, goodness Chish.
All right, so congratulations to Leslie Walker. Leslie, I hope you're watching this online. Leslie could not be out here to join us for this, unfortunately. We're going to bring up Elaine Chambers from Deantha Ventures, and we don't have a sponsor rep, but it was sponsored from Export Development Canada. So we're going to do photos anyways. Maybe, I don't know, my IT skills, I'll see if I can superimpose a picture of Leslie above the check or something. All right, this is going not too bad. 9 o'clock, we have 1, 2, 3 to go. We're down to 3. So we got one more Indigenous Entrepreneur Award, and then we have 2 AFI awards. So we'll finish off with the Indigenous Community Business of the Year, and this one is sponsored by Fern Software. So I'll ask my good friend Eamon to come up after the video, and the winner. Oh, I should have found this out. The winner is Sakatawak Development Corporation, Tyler Morin.
My name is Tyler Morin, Chief Executive Officer for Sagatuck Development. Sagatuck Development Corporation is a community economic development company. It was actually founded in 1989 with a focus on community employment and creating jobs. We have a security company called Norgard Security, hospitality, Northern Sunset Hotel and Lounge, restaurant and lounge. We operate a construction company, SDC Construction. We have property management company, SDC Property Management, with 41 housing units. We have our pride and joy, the Island Cross Fish Company, and we also operate a local community market garden in the summertime to offset some of the produce in the local community, offset some of the costs. I took over at Sagpok Development in 2019. Prior to that, I was down in Regina as a business development specialist. Actually, the Clarence Campo Development Fund. Got experience there in business, and an opportunity came up to move home. I jumped all over that opportunity, seeing it was quite a fit, not only to move home, but just with my experience to play a role in our community was just a bit of a no-brainer for me. The idea came in 2012 to found this company. Our community leaders took the step to best use our resources in the area. We've been able to grow since then and sell our products across Western Canada to Federated Co-op. So you can find us in not only Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, but in Alberta as well, and some parts of British Columbia. I think as a community, we should be promoting people getting into business because it makes our community much better. The award we're receiving from that is the Community Indigenous Business Excellence Award. We play quite an active role in our local community here with all of the employment opportunities we have, the donations that we give to the community, the partnerships that we've created. I think that's primarily why we won this award. I would like to thank my family, our board of directors as well, played an instrumental role. And then of course our AFIs, Smedco and Tristan and Pam at CCDF, and the local M&S. My advice to Indigenous business owners is there's a lot of help out there, a lot of institutions like NACA, Smedco and Clarence Campo. Pick up the phone if you're unsure, give them a call and ask them for advice.
All right. Tyler, you are here. Awesome. So come on up. Magnolia is going to hand you an award. We'll give you a nice big check. Take some nice pictures. You want to say a few words?
Yeah, sure. I'll say a few things. I guess the video, shout out to my staff here. We brought our staff from Northern Saskatchewan to Violet Cross. There's 5 in total. Charlene Gardner, Melody Daya. We have Rob Daya, John Belage, my number 2. And we also have Alec, who works for the Northern Sunset. Shout out to them as well, as they were left out of the video. And then, it takes a team to win a community board, and I just want to thank them. And, it's great honor to win this NACA award and a little bit of validation, but it takes a team to win this award, but it also takes our partners. Thank you to Clarence Campo for putting our name forward, and then Tristan from Smedco and also the M&S. Thank you for the partnerships.
How many are left? 2 more to go. So these next 2 are Aboriginal Financial Institution Awards. Hopefully you guys were paying attention during the forum and you know what those great folks do. They're the ones that obviously provide funding to these winners. So we're gonna present an award to 2 of them. So the first one, once again, is a COVID-19 Resiliency Award. These ones don't get a sponsor because they don't get a check. They're our members. We can't give them any more money, so they get a nice gift. We'll still do some photos. They do get the nice statue, though, so at least they get something. Anyway, so the COVID-19 Resiliency Award for this year goes to SMEDCO, Sask Métis Development Corporation, and Tristan, I believe you are here still. Tristan, you here? Come on up, Tristan. Oh, there you are, awesome. Come on up. See, I was supposed to get Leonard Ojic.
Provide financing and grants for Métis entrepreneurs and businesses. Going back to March 2020, when the Prime Minister declared a pandemic across the country and across the world, we knew that right away we needed to make some changes here so that we could support Métis entrepreneurs. Right away, we needed to jump into action. We talked to the board of directors, we talked to our leadership, and we said we need to respond and we need to support our entrepreneurs. So that was a big change for SMEDCO. You know, we really had to be creative, and we had to come up with new guidelines, new policies, new procedures for all staff on how we delivered our support. We had the federal government reaching out to us and saying, hey, we need help delivering these dollars, and we know SMEDCO can do it. And so we stepped right up. We figured out ways to do that. Not only did we have to deliver those to our existing clients, but we also had to find a way to deliver those to Métis businesses out there that we didn't even know. The funding that we received from the federal government was approximately just about $20 million in COVID funding that we delivered in 2 years, which is just tremendous for an organization our size. And we provided supports to over 600 Métis businesses in Saskatchewan. Our clients' reactions were really moving. Some of them were brought to tears. This was their last ditch hope for them to survive the pandemic and their business and keeping food on their table. So it was amazing, and we were able to have conversations with some of these people, and and they shared with us, really what it meant, and that meant a lot to us, and we made sure that the board knew about that. We made sure all the staff heard those stories too, and we shared them as much as we could because it meant a lot to us as well as it did to them. We really worked hard during the pandemic, harder than we'd ever worked before, and the awards, seemed like an opportunity for us to really highlight just how hard we did work. We were obviously honored and very surprised to learn that we had been awarded one. I sent it to the staff right away and just said, this is exciting news, and everybody was getting back to me right away and just sharing that excitement. We're honored to accept this award on behalf of the board of directors and all the staff at SMEDCO. We're truly grateful for this, and we look forward to sharing this award with all the Métis citizens in Saskatchewan and bringing it home.
Take your mask off, Tristan.
Okay.
Sorry. Don't mind.
That's a new office. Yeah.
Come on. All right, we're getting there, folks. That next beer, I'm telling you, that's going to be the best one today. It's going to be my second one, but anyways. All right, so we have one more. Geez, I'm supposed to do this one in French, so bear with me. I went to school in French. I did all my school in French. Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's going to announce it.
No, you're going to announce it.
Oh, I'm going to. Okay, so before we move on to that one, nope. Hold on. Okay. Changing plans. Before we get to that last award, we have a wonderful announcement.
So André and all of you, I looked at every winners and including Jennifer and Kathy receiving that big check, and everyone received a check of 5,000. And when I've noticed that Jennifer and Kathy, you split the 5,000 between both of you, I've decided that each of you will receive 5,000 as all the gentlemen received 5,000, we have equal winners here in the room, and I'm pleased to announce to you that you will receive 5,000, and I'll be glad to finance that extra 5,000.
That's a nice touch by BDC, I must say. That's awesome. Okay, now we're going to get to the last award. All right, you're almost done with me. I think I was telling the story before I got interrupted, but it probably wasn't. Oh yeah, I was going to tell you, try to do this one in French. Anyways, this will be short and sweet. So, Institution Financière Autochtone, which is Indigenous Financial Institution. And the winner is, I did it right this time, I think. Oh, it's going to say it on the screen, no? Okay, SOCA, it says right there, SOCA.
La SOCA, on est une institution financière autochtone sans but lucratif qui offre des produits et services de financement sous forme de contributions non remboursables, de prêts et d'accompagnement pour le démarrage, l'acquisition ou l'expansion d'entreprises à contrôle autochtone. La SOCA existe depuis maintenant 30 ans. On a été créé en 1992 et depuis 1992, nous sommes actuellement à des investissements de plus de 100 millions et avons supporté plus de 800 projets. Notre plus grand défi est l'accès à des capitaux abordables afin de nous permettre de répondre aux besoins de financement des entreprises autochtones. Le prix que nous recevons aujourd'hui nous est décerné suivant la création de la CEDAC en 2005. La CEDAC, ce qu'elle a permis, c'est d'offrir aux membres des Premières Nations et les Premières Nations elles-mêmes des options de financement additionnelles, entre autres dans le secteur de l'habitation et de l'infrastructure. La beauté de la chose avec notre financement, maintenant dans nos communautés, on a la chance d'instaurer progressivement l'accession à la propriété privée, ce qui fait que les communautés autochtones ne sont plus seules à gérer et à avoir tout le fardeau de l'habitation Première Nation. On est vraiment en train actuellement d'instaurer un équilibre entre le logement privé et le logement social. À la question qui a inspiré la réussite de notre société, je dois dire M. Jean-Vincent. Jean-Vincent, actuel président du conseil d'administration de SOCA et CEDAC. Grâce à l'ensemble de ces programmes, NACA est réellement une organisation essentielle pour l'ensemble des sociétés financières. Je dois également remercier les membres de la grande famille de la SOCA et de la CEDAC qui, grâce à leur dévouement et leur travail exceptionnel, a rendu possible toutes nos réalisations jusqu'à présent.
Quiet, buenas tardes. Good evening, everyone. We are the last, but we know we are the best. My name is Martin Abamsawin. I'm the Pride Abenaki from Hudon, and I am the vice chairman of both SOCA and APSCAN. First, I want to greet all the dignitaries and participants gathered this evening. Excuse my French accent, that's I would like also sincerely thanks the board of NACA and his staff for hosting this forum. Observe you, we are proud tonight to receive the award that SNACA gave us. And as an entrepreneur myself, and can testify about the importance of the role that AFE played for the benefit of Indigenous entrepreneurs, having been myself a client of both SOCA and AFSCA. We have always been centered on development and innovation. It's a great pleasure that will take the award home and share with the rest of my team. Once again, thank you very much.
Okay, so we have one more little announcement to make. Don't go too far. Monsieur Jean Vincent. So he's the chair of NACA, and he's also actually from SOCA, but he has something to say as well.
All right, so good evening. I hope that you have had a great forum so far, and I hope that you enjoyed the meal. So at this point in time, I'm going to be brief, but I would like to invite Mr. Michael Offert to come and join me, please. Just want to acknowledge So Mr. Offert is the President and CEO of Farm Credit Canada, and FCC was the platinum sponsor of this event, and so then we would like to thank you very much. We thank you also all the other sponsors, and we would like to offer a little gift.
All right. Someone get me a beer. Okay, so now we don't have a big band this year, but we're going to have some music. I'll call him one of my friends. He doesn't want to be named or anything, so he agreed to make a Spotify playlist just so we could have some music. If anybody wants to dance, where's Lee? Lee. Yeah, there you are. Lee said he'd dance. I said there's no dance floor this year, and he said he was going to come up on stage and dance. So that's worth the prize. Maybe we'll see. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Congratulations to the award winners. That's awesome. Okay. All of our sponsors, I'm not going to go through them and rename them all, okay? Just go look at the sign. There's a sign out front that has all the sponsors, okay? Go check that out. 9:21. On our schedule, we had this finishing at 9:30. So I think, Sunshine? We saved a bit of time by not switching back and forth between Sunshine and I. She was all right. She's like, go ahead, finish it up. Let's get this done, all right? I think it's because she's already had a couple of glasses of wine, eh? She's like, you better not drink, you better not drink. Anyways, I really do appreciate it, everyone. And on that note, we're going to put some music on. And that means it's time for, okay, it's time to put your hair down. Let your hair down, folks. Come on. All right? Let's have some fun. We'll see you all tomorrow. Miigwech. Thank you. Merci.